keep it real with you guys. But at age 22, I did go back to the psych ward a second time. And if you ask me around then, did I see myself ending up there? Absolutely not, mate. So I'm saying all this because I want to talk about my story and how I ended up in the psych ward. Because I know you guys see my content and I'm talking about mental health, I'm talking about this, and you're like, who are you? Why should we listen to you? And the reason why I want you to listen to me is because I have lived experience. I'm not just talking because I want to get you to like me or to follow me. I'm talking because I know how hard it is and how lonely it is to not have someone that understands your experience. They can sympathize, but aren't fully understand. And that's why I'm here to say that it does get better. And this is not your story. This is not just where your story ends. You will get better. And there is a brighter future because I am a living testimony to that fact. So yeah, age 22, ended up at a psych ward. Did I expect that? No. Do you know what's so funny, guys? I'm actually grateful that I went to a psych... I'm actually grateful that I went to the psych ward a second time. I'm actually very grateful because I got diagnosed with bipolar disorder and it allowed me to understand that this is what it was. And although I don't identify with it, it was an acknowledgement of my pain. It was an acknowledgement of my suffering. And the thing is, not just suffering from others, but how I was making myself suffer. So yeah, I am grateful for those experiences. And it's officially been 2 years since I last went to the hospital and had been admitted to the hospital section. And I feel I've been the best I've ever been. I have been the best I've ever been. But let me tell you how I got there. The purpose in me sharing my story is not to trauma dump or not for you to feel sorry for me. No, it's to allow you to see how trauma, suffering, holding back your emotions can lead you to where you are, but how you can find strength in your story. That is the basis of what I'm saying. So my trauma began when I lost my father. I lost my father at 3 years old, and me and my mum came to the UK together, and my dad brought us here. So my dad really, he saw a vision that maybe my mum didn't see at the time, and I was too young to see. He saw that this is the land where there's opportunities and that my family will grow here. I will start my business. I will take care of my daughter. I'll take care of my daughter's mother. And we are going to reach... even though I lost him, I feel his passion and his vision for my life. And I feel like his vision of bringing me to the UK was for me to have an opportunity to reach greatness. Because my dad, although he was young and he lost his life at a very young age, he was great. He was a good man. He was there for my mom and myself. He was a very hands-on dad. He was intelligent. He could build a computer. He could fix cars. He was doing a computer science course. My dad was an amazing man. And in saying that, I know that his plans for me being here in this country was so I can excel, so I can have opportunities the generations before could never have. I just really feel like that's the vision he had for my life and for my mum. So losing him at 5, not being able to have adult experiences with him, teenage experiences with him, having a father figure, and being raised by a single mom, it came with its challenges. And I can't lie, I think that's where my sadness started. My sadness started at that point, that arguably the most important person in a daughter's life, in a son's life, I lost him at 5. And it stuck with me for a very long time. And although now I'm at peace with it, I am really glad. It hurt. It stung. In fact, it stung. So that's when that started. And me and my mum were still asylum seekers. We were moving from place to place. I never had my own bedroom at a young age. I never had my own bedroom. It would always be me and my mum living in a room, trying to make ends meet, and hoping to get our British citizenship. And yeah, that was our journey. And I remember when I got my room, had my own first room, it was then quickly taken away. And although I know now, I have better understanding that we needed to share a room, we needed to have those humble beginnings, because sorry guys, if I jump too much, I am going to try stay on the ball. But I just want to take a moment to acknowledge my mom, because she is a fighter. She fought. And I feel like the spirit in me that doesn't quit, because I don't quit, I got it from my mom. My mom never quits. She gets back up and she fights harder. And that quality I have in me. So although we were living in poverty, although my mom didn't have her papers, I am grateful. I'm grateful to have come from nothing, and I'm grateful to be now in a position where I can provide for myself. I have my own room. I take care of myself. I'm self-sufficient. I'm independent. And I feel like this is the vision. And I'm doing my university degree. I have all these interests and hobbies that I'm pursuing, and my own business. I feel like this is the vision my mom and dad had for my life. And although it may have not unfolded quite how maybe young Michellee wanted, maybe I don't think Michellee wanted to go in a psych ward. I don't think Michellee wanted to go in an emotionally abusive relationship. I don't think young Michellee wanted to see her mom get strangled. I don't think young Michellee wanted that. But Michellee of now, of current version of me, all of those experiences shaped me to be who I am today. And it's given me a greater purpose for my life. And I wake up knowing that there is a mission in my heart. And that mission is not to just inspire women, it's also to break down these barriers and these misconceptions that if you have bipolar disorder, if you have borderline personality disorder, if you have depression, if you ever had suicidal thoughts, you're a weak person. No, we are capable of greatness, and I want to be a living testimony to that. So although those experiences hurt, girl, I am grateful, and I am still standing, and I'm not going to quit. So going back to the story, so my mom was in a abusive relationship for, I'm trying to count, for 8 years of my life, 6 to 8 years. I don't remember correctly if it's 6 or 8. I'm trying to think. 10. For 6 years. 6 years. But the pain, just because they broke up after 6 years, the damage was still there till this day. This man was abusive, not just to my mom, but to me. He was emotionally, physically, And I'm so sorry, guys, but that relationship destroyed my mother and I lost her. In fact, I I don't know if I'll ever see joy in her again. I don't know, but I have hope I will. And but from that point, I hate girl. I didn't know I was gonna be one of those girls crying on camera, but here I am. But my mom, so from 16, from 16 to now, she's been battling with addiction, and that was what led me into my second admission in hospital, because I was trying to get her help. I was doing all these things and I didn't sleep. And because seeing someone you love most and the only parent I have destroy their body through countless things, it's a pain that I don't wish on anyone. And so from that time, from the age of 16, while my mom was deeply in addiction and depression, I had to fend for myself. I had to take care of myself. I had to pay for my own travel. I had to pay for everything for myself. I had to help my mom, and I have no regrets for that. In fact, my dream is to buy my mom's home, but all these things, we were in and out of council flats, abuse, emotional abuse, all those things, poverty, depression, addiction to things that destroy someone. And these experiences, even when I moved out, I would hear my mom's voice. I would hear in her voice. I would hear in her voice that she was not in the right state of mind and that she was on substances, and not being there, it made me feel like I had no control. And being an older sibling, you feel this responsibility to kind of solve problems. But I knew that this problem was bigger than me. It was bigger than me, and it's something that I myself can't solve. That I had to lean on God, if I'm honest with you guys. And a lot of people say, Michelle, how did you bounce back? How do you handle all this? I can't lie. It's leaning on God and trusting that His plans are to prosper you and not to harm you. But damn, it hurts. And on top of that, I was in an emotionally abusive relationship, and which I think is quite natural in the sense of, usually when you come from such dysfunctional households, you are susceptible to end up in an abusive relationship yourself. And so from the age of 18 to 22, I was in a very emotionally abusive relationship, and that really messed with my identity. And even like dealing with racism in secondary school, then going into college and being in this world where people have all these egos, and it was I did get lost. I got lost in violence. Because of the violence that I was seeing at home, I was listening to drill music. I was involved in fights. I got jumped. Like, I've been like, girl, I was in the world. And I was lost. And what has honestly transformed my life has been God's power of renewing and transforming your mind. Like, I let go of a lot. People, things, mindsets, and attitudes. And it's allowed me to be where I am right now. But going back to what I was saying is, I can't lie, the thing with my mum is something that hurts me till this day. And being put in a position where you had to grow up and be a parent, parentification, I think it's called, being a parent, it really messes with you. And it messes with you because you feel this responsibility to be the best and to do the best and to do this and that. And what that created in me is I would have an inner critic. And I'm 24 now, but it took me, like, it's taken me so long to get to a point where I am not so hard on myself. It took me so long to even have self-love, because all these experiences really made me hate myself at some point. And not hate myself in a loud way, hate myself in a way of, I was making decisions that were not benefiting my future self, my inner child, my inner world. I was making these decisions because I was hurt. And I want you to know that it's okay. It's okay to be hurt, but don't dwell in it. Don't sit in it, and don't be idle. If you need support, seek it. I had to seek support. I had to take my medication. I had to take my medication. I had to see a therapist. I had to let my school know. I had to I had to lean on people. These things are necessary. Like, you can't, no man's an island, and I can't lie, like, you need to advocate for yourself. Self-advocacy is so important. Like, don't let things just go over. Like, you need to advocate for yourself. So yeah, guys, it's been a journey, and even now I've had to learn to just put boundaries in place with my mom, with, like, the people I'm responsible for, and have boundaries with myself. That's one thing I've learned in this season, and all the trauma I've been through is, I need to advocate for myself and set boundaries, not with just with other people, but with myself, having rules, having standards for myself that I live by, and having those things in place has honestly transformed my life. And leaning on God, casting my burdens onto Him, expressing myself expressing my creativity in a way to self-soothe as well has been amazing. And I'm in the season where I am expressing myself fully. I'm just being who I want to be, and I'm connecting with my inner self, my inner world, and I'm unleashing it to the world. And it's actually bringing me so much joy. Writing brings me joy, creating content brings me joy, encouraging others brings me joy. And I'll say that is another lesson that I want to leave with you guys, is that when you start expressing yourself and using the gifts that God gave you, fam, I'm not gonna lie, it just gets lit. Life just gets amazing. It gets better and better and better. But yeah, like, sorry that I had to say all these things, because I have this thing, I hate talking about my traumas, because I never want to feel like I'm trauma dumping, but I do know it's necessary so you can understand my why, and why I want to be that person for you. And I want to get to a place where I have impacted and helped millions of women transform. If not million, just the one. Just you. Just you right now. I just want to be valuable for your journey. I just want to see you through it. Just you. It's not even about, not gonna lie, I had my viral moments. I had my viral moments when I was 18. going viral. It's not about viral anymore. It's about, I want to impact you, your journey. I want you to know that you're not alone, and whatever you're going through, it does not define you, and you will come out on the other side. Like, sorry, you will come out on the other side. I'm saying all of this to conclude that every step you take is getting you somewhere. Every step you take, every decision, everything you let go allows you to go a step higher. Every step you take is getting you closer to that promise, that purpose, that plan that God has for your life. That amazing future, it's there. You just need to make one small step. And if that one small step is you just getting out of bed and showering, that's one step. If the next day, the step is make your bed, then shower, that's one step. If the next day, another step is you made your bed, you shower, and you make a good meal for yourself because you care. Because I'm telling you that even right now, if something in you says, I hate myself, I'm telling you there's a mustard seed, a tiny mustard seed that actually cares about you and loves you. It's in there. Your self-love is in there. It's not anywhere else. It's in you. I know it's in you. Because even in my pain and pit, there was a tiny part of me that was saying, there is better. And I want you to know that there is better. I'm here. I'm a living testimony that sadness, my depression didn't start at the moment when I went into a psych ward at 20. It started at the age of 5 when I lost my dad. But now I'm here. And I want this journey to be shorter for you. I don't want you to be sad for as long as, to be in depression and anxiety for as long as I was dealing with this battle for 19 years of my life. But I am free now. I am happy. I'm creating the life of my dream. And I'm telling you, it's possible for you. It's so possible. But let's just breathe. It's possible for you. And just want you to connect with me. Leave a comment of your story or anything you're struggling with. Or if you want to speak to me privately or work with me on coaching, DM me, email me, or if you just want one call just to talk, I'm here for you. But yeah, thank you so much, guys. I'm gonna have to have some more herbal tea. Oh, I didn't even finish my tea. More herbal tea to calm down. I've got my incense in the back. I'm gonna just have a little dance and just, go on a walk. But I love you and you've got this.